Welcome to another impactful edition of Who's Who Business TV. I'm your host, Amrita, and today we continue to explore the leadership, innovation, and execution shaping Guyana's business future. One system, one team, one bold decision at a time. Let's begin with a sharp insight from business strategist and best-selling author, Michael Gerber, who said, "Systems run business. People run the systems." In other words, success isn't just about talent, it's about structure. When businesses build strong systems, whether in logistics, customer service, training, or technology, they create the space for people to perform at their best. Systems bring stability, people bring possibility. And today's lineup is full of leaders who understand that principle deeply. From operational powerhouses to visionary founders, transforming how we work, grow, and lead. This is Who's Who Business TV. We'll be right back after a few messages.
Ali & Sons is your one-stop shop for all Total Tools. Total Tools, available at all Ali & Sons locations.
It's important to know these disc styles so you can begin to better understand the people around you. It's also important to understand that we are all a blend of these styles. Sure, we can adapt those blends based on our environment or when a specific situation calls for one style over the other. But more often than not, we've all got to accept our DISC and learn to live, work, and play and accept these basic truths. So there you have it. We're all different, but we are predictably different.
Welcome back. This is Behind the Brand, the segment where we slow down to recognize the builders, makers, and doers behind Guyana's growing industries. Today's feature takes us to the industrial frontline, where work is measured in welds, weight, and unwavering standards. Let's step inside the world of Morgan's Investment Inc. and meet the team bringing structure, steel, and steadfast service to life. for Behind the Brand, where we spotlight companies that are building Guyana's future with skill, strategy, and dedication. We feature Morgan's Investment Inc., a proudly Guyanese, family-owned metal fabrication and welding enterprise. Since opening its doors in 2009, Morgan's has earned a reputation for precision, reliability, and industrial excellence.
Morgan's Investment Inc. would have started as a sole trader business actually with one of our founders, CEO Dwight Morgan, and his wife Lilawati Morgan. This business would have started in 2009 and it later incorporated in 2021. Now the incorporation came as a result directly of the oil and gas sector, and as stated, we are a family-owned business. The services we provide ranges from domestic to industrial works. So we service our communities with grill works. We still do grill gates, fences, windows for our domestic clients. And for the industrial side, we service the oil and gas industry such as Sol Guyana Inc., Guyana Shore Base Inc., Lynn Cycle. We have a partnership with PRC, and we're now enrolled with Exxon.
Specializing in heavy fabrication, welding, construction, and equipment rentals, the company serves key sectors, from energy and infrastructure to civil engineering. Their craftsmanship includes storage tanks, metal fittings, platforms, and more.
It would have taken us a couple of years to get our processes aligned, but this would have came, as a result of the oil and gas sector, we had to increase our competencies, and this would have came as we would have built our system and became ISO certified. So being ISO certified in quality management and occupational health and safety would have enabled us to be able to align our processes and ensure quality from, input to output. We would like to always say that we are a Guyanese company, a female-owned company at that, right, that is thriving in the business sector of oil and gas, in welding and fabrication, right? We always want to elevate our local talent. We believe that Guyanese have exceptional talent and skills, so we always want persons to know that we are a representation of what Guyanese businesses can be, even though as small as we are still, right, we are growing to become, a multinational company.
With a seasoned leadership team and a workforce committed to integrity and safety, Morgan's Investment brings regional expertise and local pride to every project.
The Who's Who was very exciting when we heard about it, because the slogan itself, it's not who you know, it's who knows you, right? So that very beginning made us, jump on board, and we would have been able to have a marketing strategy out there that was not something we did before, and we found it to be quite insightful for us, right? It's something that in the digital age that we were able to reach persons were able to reach us that we were not able to reach before, right? Just as last week, I could point out that we had a client from India reach out to us and say, oh, we saw you in the magazine and we'd like to do business with you. So it is something that is reaching to persons out there that you don't know, but they're looking out for you.
This is Morgan's Investment Inc., where precision, performance, and purpose converge. And this is Behind the Brand. Stay tuned as we hear from Christina Hickel, HR Coordinator of NSBOmega Guyana Inc., to learn more about their innovative strategies, key job opportunities, and workforce development in Guyana.
Hi, I'm Christina, the HR Coordinator here at NSBOmega Guyana Inc. Today I'll be telling you a little bit about a vacancy we have with one of our clients located in Georgetown and on the west coast of Demerara. They are currently seeking optometrists to join their team. The ideal candidates should have relevant experience and qualifications in this field. For more information, please visit our website at nsbomega.gy or contact us at 227-3370. Thank you, and until next time.
Welcome to BizzPulse, the segment that celebrates Guyana's visionary women entrepreneurs who are turning passion into purpose. In this edition, we shine a light on a business that's nurturing the future from the very beginning. With a heart for children and a head for business, our next guest is proving that early childhood care is one of the most powerful investments society can make. Let's meet Junice Welcome, the inspiring founder of Kiddie's Treasure Daycare and Playgroup. Up next on BizzPulse, we meet a woman whose business is built on love, learning, and the limitless potential of every child. Junice Welcome, founder of Kiddie's Treasure Daycare and Playgroup, is helping shape Guyana's future, one little treasure at a time.
I'm Junice Welcome. I'm a mom of 3 and the owner of Kiddie's Treasure Daycare and Playgroup located on the east bank of Demwara. We've been in business for under 10 years, I must say. Started out as a home-based care and then we transferred into the daycare. Being registered with childcare and following protocols, it has been challenging. However, we are here and we are growing. We started out with just 1 child at first and it took a time, especially being that I was always the person behind. And after getting into the Road to Growth program, there is where I was exposed to advertising the business more because it wasn't something that I usually do. We just went with what we had at first and we took our time while expanding the business from where it was to where it is today. And even as we are today, we're still expanding so that we can take on more children and also we'll be able to employ more people.
In a world where safe, supportive spaces for children are more important than ever, one entrepreneur turned her passion for care into a thriving business. At Kiddie's Treasure Daycare and Playgroup, Junice Welcome is creating a nurturing environment where play and early learning go hand in hand.
That actually makes my day, to tell you the truth. Sometimes, yes, it may be challenging, but seeing those little faces every day, even when they're not there, you still think about them, you still wonder what they're doing at home, and you're hoping for them to just burst through the door and come in. Some of them also, when they're at home, it's like they're also wanting to return back to daycare. So as soon as they jump out of the car and they see you, or before they even see you, they're like, oh, teacher, and they're there, and you know, they always spark you. Even if you're having a bad day or a bad moment, they would come and hug you. Sometimes when you burst into the door, before you can say good morning, they would say, teacher, I love you, or where were you, or what did you get for me today? But it's nice. The Road to Leadership program, that has taught me how to take charge and stop being behind the scene, get more involved in every aspect of the business while still having someone there while I am absent, right? And the Road to Finance, it taught me how I should navigate in terms of finances and so forth, how I can project the business and how I can get things done in terms of if I need a loan or any financial assistance to get the business and keep the business on the track.
Junice's journey is powered by more than just business instincts. It's built on purpose. Through training, mentorship, and a heart for service, she's not just running a daycare. She's building a foundation for families and futures.
I would say to them, love what you do, put your all into it. Yes, at times it will be challenging, but there's where you take a break and then you restart. You refresh yourself and you restart. If you need help, there's always mentoring program, which also I have gotten from the Sherry Bear Foundation. So I would advise them to seek help. Don't just think that you can do it all on your own and while you're being frustrated and you cannot handle it, you just break down. Seek help when you need help because we all do at times. So at Kiddie's Treasure Daycare and Playgroup, services that we are currently offering right now, we have the morning care for parents who are on the run very early, so they cannot take their children to school before they go to work, so they will drop them off, maybe a taxi, or if it's a school close to where the daycare is, we provide that service. Then we have daycare, which is all day. We have aftercare, which is from school. We also pick them up if the school, like I said, it's within our proximity. We will pick them up from school. We keep them there until you get off of work. Also, we're open from 6 in the morning until 5 in the evening. That's Monday through Thursday. Fridays is up to 5 o'clock. But every day we're open at 6:30. Our staff are fun and loving, and we work together as a team in terms of getting the business to where it is, getting parents involved with their children, and also us We communicate also with the schools, especially for the ones who will be going off to nursery, so that we can get with the curriculum just a little bit, so we know how to teach them and what should they expect.
From toddlers to tools for development, Junice Welcome is proving that entrepreneurship isn't just about profit, it's about people. This is BizzPulse.
Attention business owners and marketers, ready to take your marketing from hit or miss to can't miss? On Wednesday, September 11th, we're kicking off our 12-week marketing masterclass designed to help you attract more customers, boost your sales, and stand out in a crowded market. Over 12 powerful weeks, we'll cover everything from crafting a brand people remember, to creating campaigns that actually work, to mastering social media and making your marketing budget stretch further than you thought possible. It's not just theory. You'll be learning, doing, and applying strategies to your business in real time. Whether you're a small business owner, a marketer, or just tired of guessing what works, this masterclass is your chance to level up. So circle September 11th, commit to the 12 weeks, and watch your marketing game transform. Spots are limited. Secure yours, and let's make your business impossible to ignore.
Struggling to grow your business? You're not alone, but you don't have to figure it out the hard way. Business coaching gives you clarity, strategy, and accountability, so you can stop guessing and start scaling. From refining your offer to building systems that work, a coach helps you work on the business, not just in it. The most successful entrepreneurs have coaches. The question is, do you?
Welcome to IBC Spotlight, your window into the global partnerships and regional leadership shaping Guyana's economic future. We begin today's segment with insights from one of Guyana's key international allies, His Excellency Mr. Sebastien Sigouin, High Commissioner of Canada to Guyana. Then we turn to a voice from within the engine room of Guyana's economy, Mr. Nayteram Ramnarine, Executive Director of the Private Sector Commission. This is IBC Spotlight.
I had the honor last year of participating to the IBC, and I was really impressed by the level of participation, not only in the number of participants, but also their level of engagement, and also their seniority and role, whether it's in the business sector or even government officials. So the IBC is not just an event, it's really a gathering of all the key players from the government offices, the business sector in Guyana, the chambers of commerce, but also regional players, because the conference is not just about Guyana, it's really about doing business in the region. So it's an opportunity to meet, to discuss, to share ideas with a broad range of actors from the region. One of the challenges is that I see here in Guyana, that I hear over and over, is the need to bring in expertise, the need to bring in investment to support Guyana's fantastic economic growth. And that's what the conference is about. It's really to bring from Canada, but also from countries, people, companies that have the expertise that Guyana, that the region needs. And that's where Canada has a great contribution to make in a whole range of sectors here in Guyana. Part also of it is to share best practices. The economy in Guyana is booming. The private sector, the construction sector, all of this is growing very rapidly. But through an event like the IBC, we can share expertise, best practices, whether it's on the transparent side. How do you run procurement processes? what are international companies expecting from a country like Guyana to facilitate their engagement. So it's this kind of information that can also be exchanged here at the IBC. The list is long. I think in every possible sectors there is need for greater international engagement. But I can name a few. Obviously, we know of the oil and gas sector, already a lot of actors that are present, but also around the oil and gas sector, there's a lot of room for international players to come in, whether it's to service the big oil and gas companies, whether it's to contribute to construction of gas to energy line, and so on and so forth. So everything around the oil and gas sector is very promising. But then there's other sectors. There's infrastructure. We can see it around town. Roads, bridges, schools, hospitals are being built everywhere. That also offers a broad range of opportunities. But there's other sectors. Agriculture. Guyana has a very ambitious food security agenda, and it will need international assistance, international expertise to be able to start producing the goods that the population, that the people want, instead of importing it. And that's where countries like Canada that had tremendous expertise can contribute to the development of Guyana. But there's others. Clean technology. Guyana has a fabulous biodiversity, and he wants to protect it. And that protection will also come through clean energy production. That's another example. Well, my first message would be, come to Guyana. The IBC is about Guyana, the fastest growing economy in the world, but it's more than Guyana. It's about the whole region. Guyana has a very ambitious agenda for the region. It wants to play a key role. It has the mean of its ambition. And now is the time for countries, including Canada, to come in and seize that opportunity and contribute to the economic development of the country.
It is once again a pleasure to endorse the International Business Conference here in Guyana. Guyana is on the rise, and there has never been a more exciting time to be a part of our business community. The International Business Conference has become a vital platform for connecting ideas, people, and opportunities that drive real economic growth. Last year, the International Business Conference 2024 brought together leaders, investors, and partners from across the region and beyond. It showcased the immense potential of collaboration and dialogue, and it reminded us that when businesses and government work together, remarkable things can happen. The Private Sector Commission is proud to be a part of this journey. Over the past year, we have strengthened partnerships, supported businesses of all sizes, and positioned Guyana as a hub for sustainable investment and innovation. From championing entrepreneurship to facilitating dialogue that drives capacity building, our focus remains on creating opportunities that benefits businesses and the wider community alike. IBC 2025, taking place from October 14 through 16, promises to build on this momentum. This conference is more than just an event. It is a platform to showcase Guyana's potential, connect investors and business leaders, and explore opportunities in sectors such as energy, technology, trade, and sustainable development. Here, ideas transform into partnerships, and partnerships transform into growth. So on behalf of the Private Sector Commission, I invite all business leaders, policymakers, investors, and regional partners to join us at IBC 2025. Together, we can advance inclusive economic growth, foster innovation, and strengthen Guyana's role as a vibrant, forward-looking business hub in the Caribbean. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you in October.
In leadership, it's not just about what you build, it's how you think. In this Leadership in Action feature, we sit down with Mr. Davendra Rampersaud, Executive Director of Caribbean Medical Supplies Inc., whose approach to business goes far beyond the bottom line. With a strong foundation in healthcare and a portfolio that spans multiple sectors, Davendra leads with clarity, discipline, and a relentless drive to solve real-world problems. This is just a snippet from our full conversation where we unpack his journey, mindset, and the impact he's making across Guyana and the Caribbean. You can watch the full video now on YouTube at Action Coach Guyana and find all our segments on social media. Great leadership is worth watching. Welcome to Leadership in Action, the podcast where we spotlight visionary leaders shaping the future of Guyana and the Caribbean. I'm your host, Amrita, Chief Projects Officer of Action Invest Caribbean Inc. Today we're speaking with none other than Mr. Davendra Rampersaud, serial entrepreneur whose business acumen spans healthcare, real estate, distribution, and beyond. Davendra has supported the growth of over 100 businesses throughout the region, applying a blend of operational discipline and visionary thinking to everything he does. In this conversation, we'll explore Davendra's leadership journey, his approach to building resilient enterprises, and his perspective on creating long-term impact in the Caribbean business landscape. So let's get into it. Welcome, Davendra.
Thank you so much, Amrita.
So, first, tell me, describe what your experiences and influences were in your early upbringing or career that has shaped who you are today as a leader and entrepreneur.
Early upbringing, I have a strange background. I am a farmer's son, and I grew up in a spot called Bonasika Creek in the Essequibo River. So this meant that getting to school, getting to church, getting to anything was by paddling a boat. So I had very humble upbringings. I'm talking for the first probably 10 years of my life, going to school without a slipper, not necessarily because we couldn't afford it, but because that was just a trend in Bonasika and it was a rural community, you know? So very, very humble upbringings. And over time, I would have learned that this meant that I am very grateful for the little things that we would have had. So as I grew up, my aspiration was to be a doctor. I ended up being a medical technologist in the area of microbiology. And with that later on came a sales agent, then entrepreneurship. But reflecting on my earlier days, I think because I grew up with such humble beginnings, it allowed me to just be able to, I like to call it mambo in any situation. So no matter where I am, like if I'm in Jamaica, I would pop on a Jamaican accent, Trini accent, wherever I am in the world, and whatever the standards are, I adapt to that. I think that humble upbringing would have really assisted me in being able to adapt really well to whatever situation entrepreneurship or business would have brought to me.
So you always played the part that you needed to represent in any given situation.
Exactly.
Super humble beginnings indeed. Now, your personal values, I'm sure that they have also been a guiding light coming from your upbringing. Tell me, what are some of those leadership principles that have helped you through tough situations?
I think with leadership principles, resilience is something that really, really stands highly on my leadership principles and guidance. My dad always used to say, be determined, keep knocking and knocking, eventually doors are going to open. And that kind of stood with me over time. Him being a farmer, then on to an entrepreneur selling at border market and different markets. And he never gave up. And that kind of spilled over to me. My brothers as well, construction workers, then moving up to supervisors, then moving up to owning their own businesses. It always kind of flowed over to us in that we should continue to be determined and be resilient. Gratitude is another one. For anybody who knows me, that's like my favorite word. It's posted on my statuses daily in terms of being grateful for whatever you have and then using that now to be able to sow good seeds to be able to push forward. And then, of course, you want to have the values of being able to be strategic in what you do as well. So I think strategic planning, humility, those type of things are really good core values that I have.
I appreciate how you mentioned how you come from a generation of both thinkers and doers, jumping from a multiplicity of things, and you've applied that as a strategy in what you do as well. I'd like to know more about the trends and the opportunities that you're seeing in this Caribbean landscape that entrepreneurs can learn about, and how are you adapting those strategies?
Trends and strategies, I think for us, the ongoing trend of AI and the ongoing trend of the advancement in AI-related products have been something that really works well for us. We've known televisions, for example, being from large boxes now to really flat screens, right? One of the businesses that I co-founded, Caribbean Medical, for example, that's now in 9 different Caribbean countries. They're accustomed to, from a lab perspective, doing microbiology. That was my founding business. And taking that back when we started in 2009, when you walk into laboratories, it used to be large, robust equipment, taking over full desk. Now, we're bringing innovative technology that we would have gone into Europe, gone into China, gone into the US, gone into India, and found that the same testing scope, the same quality, all the attributes that these large equipment were bringing can now be produced with smaller point of care equipment. So we've really worked with that kind of advancement in technology as a trend and brought that now to Caribbean countries, which prior to us, there have been very few companies who would have brought this level of technology here. You would have seen it come probably a decade after, when everybody else would have adapted to it, and then we're kind of now coming in at the last of it. But we've in our company, both myself and the co-founder, we would have gone to Germany at least every 2-3 years, where there's a massive show of newer technology that's developed, and bringing those trends and strategies of those trends into the Caribbean region. And like I said, we're now in 9 Caribbean countries, and we're looking to grow that even further.
Shopping with Ali & Sons is now more easier than ever. Find your product, click Add to Cart, click Proceed to check out, enter your email, click Continue as guest, enter your name and address, choose your delivery options, click Continue, then click Place Order. It's that easy. One of our customer service representatives will contact you to confirm, and in several hours, your items will be delivered to your door.
Ali & Sons in the Gifflin Mall is your one-stop shop for all electronics, including laptop computers, flash drives and SD cards, tablets, speaker and stereo sets and the best brands, drum sets and guitars, household appliances, flat-screen TVs, hardware items, and lots more. So check us out today for the most affordable prices. Ali & Sons in the Gifflin Mall, making life better one day at a time.
As a leader, it's important to know these disc styles so you can begin to better understand the people around you. It's also important to understand that we are all a blend of these styles. Sure, we can adapt those blends based on our environment or when a specific situation calls for one style over the other. But more often than not, we've all got to accept our DISC and learn to live, work, and play and accept these basic truths. So there you have it. We're all different. But we are predictably different.
Ali & Sons is your one-stop shop for all Total Tools. Total Tools, available at all Ali & Sons locations.
Hey
Hey Guyana, so what's your game plan for the next 90 days? Is it a long air and some awkward eye contact? Then you need to be at Growth Club on Saturday, September 27th. It's your one-day reset, step away from the chaos, ditch the guesswork, and build a plan that actually gets results. This isn't some sit there and yawn seminar. It's a fast-paced, hands-on, and full of why didn't I think of that moment. You'll be surrounded by other local business owners, trading ideas, having a few laughs, and walking out with a 90-day plan that's ready to roll. So block the date, bring your big goals, and let's make the next 3 months your best yet, Guyana style. What's your plan for the next 90 days?
Many business owners, you're looking at cash flow. You're looking to be able to, get cash flow back into the business. You don't know where your money is going, and so forth. And you want to make sure that you have a constant flow of cash. Now, think about it. If you're cooking cook-up today, you can't be planting bora or okra or whatever you're putting in the cook-up. You can't be planting it yesterday. See, it's about preparation. It's about being able to do the right things so that you can be able to be prepared to be able to have cash flow flowing into your business. So here's the thing that you need to do in terms of preparation, in terms of getting in control of your cash flow. You got to be able to start measuring where your money is coming in and where your money is going out. You got to measure every cent. And you got to be meticulous with it, because that's the only way that you'll be able to have control of your money. All right. So if you want to have cash flow flowing into your business, you got to be able to start measuring. If it's income, where your income is coming in, you got to put something in place, some controls in place, whether it be receipts and so forth. Expenses, you got to be able to record and capture your bills and so forth, so you can be able to have that discipline or financial discipline to be able to capture your numbers. So that's a tip for today. Make sure that every dollar has a purpose. So see you in the next one.
The Who's Who GUI app, like any tool, doesn't work in isolation. Simply being listed isn't enough. The businesses that see the most value are the ones that actively use the platform as part of their visibility strategy. Here are 3 ways to do that. First, build a profile that reflects your brand. Make sure your information is complete, current, and compelling. Your profile should clearly communicate who you are, what you offer, and how you can be reached. It becomes part of your digital presence and often your first impression. Second, communicate through the platform. The app isn't static. You can share events, offers, announcements, and we'll send those updates as push notifications directly to users. Just let us know. It's a simple, direct way to get visible in a busy market. And third, extend your network. Let your clients and partners know you're on the app. When they search, refer, or follow up, they'll find you instantly. No friction, no delays. The more connections that engage with you through the app, the more value it creates. The takeaway is this: the Who's Who GY app isn't just where your business is listed, it's where your business shows up. It works best when it's part of your visibility strategy, not an afterthought. Integrated, intentional, and built into how you connect with your market. And if you're operating in Suriname as well, the Who's Who SR app offers the same opportunity in another market. Together, these platforms help position your business where it matters: visible, connected, and credible.
Syntec sent me a while and trying my vehicle. I've been working from Linden to Georgetown up and down the highway. I have Vaxi, and the oil performing very well. The vehicle performing well. The oil level do not drop. So I'm advising you to take a try with Syntec.
Now, what target are you aiming at? Do you know what you're aiming at? For anyone who's ever played darts before, you know that what you really want to aim at is the bullseye. And worst case scenario, you want to get very, very close to the bullseye because that's where the points are scored. The same thing goes for your life. Sometimes we think about goals and we either hit them or we don't. I'm going to ask you to think about what you want to achieve in life as a target, which means you need to know exactly what you're aiming for. Because when you know what you're aiming for and you focus all your effort on aiming for that, if you miss, you're close by. You saw me getting close by. And if you really do want to hit that target that we're all aiming for, your goal is to make sure that you practice and practice and practice and practice in whatever the skill or ability that you need to get better at. Today, the example is darts. What is the example in your life? What's your target for being the best at what you do? Ensure that you think about that, set your target, do the practice, and of course, if you want to get there faster, get a coach.
Hello everyone! Last year's International Business Conference was nothing short of extraordinary. It brought together some of the brightest minds in business, innovation, and leadership internationally from all sectors. The energy, insights, and connections that emerged from that event have continued to echo through our community, driving new partnerships, fresh ideas, and strategic investments. We are proud to have created a platform that doesn't just discuss business, it empowers it. And now, we're building on that momentum with even greater purpose. IBC 2025 is coming, and it's set to be our most ambitious conference yet. This year, attendees can expect a dynamic mix of keynote addresses from international thought leaders, focused panel discussions with industry experts, and hands-on opportunities to explore cutting-edge business solutions. From technology and tourism to finance and the future of work, we're covering the sectors that matter most to our region's growth. IBC 2025 isn't just another business event, it's a business movement, and we want you to be a part of it. We look forward to welcoming you once again in Guyana to IBC 2025. Visit our website or message me to get all details on sponsorship or your attendance as a delegate.
A heartfelt thank you to our incredible guests for sharing the leadership, innovation, and vision behind their work. From engineering excellence and educational impact, cross-border collaboration, and capacity building, today's stories remind us that progress is never accidental. It's built through purpose, persistence, and people. And to you, our viewers, thank you for staying connected to the businesses and leaders shaping Guyana's future. Until next time, stay focused, stay inspired, and as always, keep leading the way. I'm Amrita, and this has been Who's Who Business TV.